Hello and welcome to Curriculum Night 2020. This is my 7th and 8th grade Math 2 class. Hello, my name is Mr. Erb and I will guide you through what Math 2 looks like for your student. So, for the first thing, there we go. A little bit about myself. I am originally from Medina, Ohio. That's about 45 minutes south of Cleveland. I have taught at Community House going on my 7th or 8th year. I forget which one. I went to college at Bowling Green State University, which is known for being very flat and surrounded by cornfields. I am a leader of Math Counts, Math Club, and Math Madness, so all the math. I was a 2019 PAMES awardee. I'm also sadly a Cleveland Browns fan. At this point, I'm not exactly sure why, but it's one of those things that you just gotta love the team you have, not the team you wish you had. The most exciting thing is I am now a father to a 4-month-old. Her name is Zoe. She has popped into a Zoom or two just to help me teach in any capacity that she can. But as many of you know, this is a life-changing event that I am very excited to keep experiencing. So, classroom expectations. Instead of daily homeworks, we are turning in homeworks at the end of the week. So, your child will have asynchronous assignments that they are working on Monday through Friday. And then at the end of the week, they will turn in those assignments. This helps in terms of grading and also just making sure the students kind of have one place to turn it in instead of worrying about ooh, what assignments do I have to do every night? It is literally just the one that they turn in at the end of the week that will have all the stuff they did through asynchronous time that week. The biggest thing is I will be on the calls early every day, so that way we will have a chance to begin the warm up, ask any questions, right? That's a big thing. If your student was struggling on homework or just wants a clarification, they can always join early and I can help them out with that. Take all the notes and copy the examples. All of the notes are on Canvas as well. However, having their own personal copy of that is very crucial. Late work starts as a 0 but goes in as a 70%. I've been a little bit more lenient with that this year, especially with everything being online. So as long as they're getting it turned in, we are good to go. The asynchronous stuff is a consolidation of everything we've done, but make sure they're getting their work done, right? You don't want your student also piling up and trying to do all their work on Thursday and then for turning it in the next day, right? No one, that's not going to work for anyone. Test corrections. All students submit test corrections for every test. That is a little bit of a lie this year. While we are doing this remotely, while that's going on, we are going to have test corrections only if you need to. That will change once we have students back all together. But until then, we aren't going to do that. If the score is between 70 to 80, they do corrections, and that counts as a retake, and they get up to a 79. If they score below a 69, they do corrections and a retest. They have a 2-week period, but again, that's a little bit more flexible this time of the year, especially with online learning. Absences. If absences, check the Canvas for missing assignments. Phone a friend. Send me an email and I can do a recording and send it to you. I also try to. I'm gonna start working on posting the videos that we have for Canvas every day, so that way, if say the internet goes out or you have an issue like that, it'll be easier for students to catch up. Grading is a 10-point scale. Remember that this goes on their high school transcript. Formal is 70%, informal is 30%. Informal is more of a completion grade than it is an actual correctness grade. So let me state that again. Informal is more of a completion grade than a correctness grade. So just because your student is doing all the homework or at least attempting all the problems does not necessarily mean that they are going to be ready for the test. We need to make sure you're checking quizzes and things, checkups essentially throughout the unit to see how they are doing and how they are preparing for those tests at the end of each unit. Curriculum. We are trucking along. We are in Unit 3. I like to say this is kind of the Unit 2 and 3 are really some of the more geometry focused ones. And I know trig is very geometry heavy. However, students really tend to like that and kind of view it more in an algebraic sense. We finish off our geometry unit by modeling with geometry and transformations. Then we start off with quadratics, right? Right before that winter break, we're doing quadratics, and we get into functions, polynomials, rational functions, logs, and if we have time, we will hit trig graphs in the unit circle, as well as probability and statistics in unit 12. The We have to always see how this year is going to go. So some of these topics may be cut that are extension topics. Everything Math 2 will be taught, but some of the extension topics we may cut a little bit short to make sure that we fit everything in. So, as a parent, what you can do is make sure your child shows you their homework or classwork, anything that they're working on. The big thing is to check PowerSchool to check grades and assignments. Canvas will have those grades as well. However, sometimes if it's an assignment like turning in your work for a test, I have to create an assignment so I can get those documents. However, I do not necessarily need to grade those or put those in PowerSchool. If you have any concern, please feel free to reach out and email me. We can always set up phone conferences or things like that if we need to, but I will try to reach out to you if I start seeing issues with any of your students. Speaking of which, something that can help prevent these issues is your child going to tutoring. There are 2 opportunities a week for your child to get extra help and remediation in math. That's from 3:45 to 4:15 with me and then with Miss Marks on Thursday. Those links are in Canvas and I will show you that a little bit from now. But going to tutoring is huge. If you need that extra practice, this is the time for your student to get that, right? If they are struggling and not going to tutoring, this is the first thing that they can do. Even if they aren't struggling, going to tutoring is only going to help them, right? Seeing more problems and getting more examples is only going to be helpful. Here's my contact information. The wiki page is a little outdated considering we're now using Canvas. You can always do a phone conference with me if you request one, but of course we're both understanding of each other's time during this online learning and with me being a new dad. Wish list is tissues. However, this year it's also going to be Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer. Those are also nice. Let's take a minute and look at Canvas and what that looks like for your student. Okay, so here is what Canvas looks like for your child. If they are trying to find any link, they go to live sessions. This will lead them to where we're going to have our Zoom sessions. You'll see advisory as well as the 3 blocks. And then you'll see flex time. This is where you can find tutoring for myself and Miss Marks from that 3:45 to 4:15. The best thing for your student to check any homework or where assignments are, you go to modules and you will see all the assignments with quizzes, with work, with all of that fun stuff. So make sure that they are looking at modules whenever trying to find what they need to be working on. In terms of grades, you still want to go to PowerSchool for that, but everything else is either on that link or in modules. Everything usually has either their due date attached or it will have, you'll know if it has this little uh, kind of symbol at the bottom here, right? See how this says September 13th and then gives you the point value. That lets us know that this problem or this turn in is going to be worth 20 points and I have that date to turn in by. If we click on an assignment like this, we have to be able to, we can submit the assignment in the following ways. We submit the assignment, it may give us a late grade. However, we're still able to submit it. Just because your child sees something as late does not mean that it is not submittable. Just submit it, get the late grade, and we'll be okay. The big thing I want to remind you guys is that I am as big an advocate as for your students as you are. My goal is to make them succeed. So we need to figure out different ways that we can do to make that happen. I know this is an interesting time to try to be a parent and try to be a student in this virtual uh, environment, and I am trying to be as supportive as possible with that. So if there's anything you think I can do to help your student anymore, please feel free to reach out so we can make this the best learning environment possible for them. If you have any questions, please feel free to email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for coming to Curriculum Night, and stay safe.